All right, so at this point, I think it's a good time for us to do our review for the game. So Sword of the Sea from the Giant Squid Studios. They are known for games like Abzû, the Pathless, and obviously some of the devs from the from Journey ended up moving to Giant Squid, so you can kind of understand that general idea. It is a slight twist on their games of old, like games that they've already done. It definitely seems like it is their biggest project to date, though. There seems to be like the largest game with the most to it, instead of just being kind of like a walking sim, or not really a walking sim, but I guess sort of a walking sim. Instead of just being like that, it's going to be a lot of stuff that you know, that are implemented. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things, and they advanced on it, and they tried to make an almost Tony Hawk's Pro Skater like thing out of the deal. So I think that's kind of cool. Justin, thank you for the super chat. So interesting concept, obviously, but before we get into it, let's discuss some of the things. I'm going to start with what I didn't like about the game. So first things first, what I didn't like, honestly, based on the gameplay, I feel like the game would have benefit if it was just a little bit, I think a little bit shorter. You know what I mean? It's just not in the sense of like, oh, I want a short game. I think if the price tag was a little bit cheaper and the game was a little bit shorter, because the game style is quite repetitive in nature. Yes, it's pretty cool to move things about and all that, but honestly, I think it just got like this like inkling of like repetition to it, and there's a bit of a grind to it. Pun not intended. I know we've been making that joke the whole time, but you know, there were moments where it just felt like, man, this is frustrating. I feel like when you unlock all the movement abilities, I just wish it was a little more flowy. It doesn't flow as nice as you'd think as you get towards the end. And like I said, there seems to be a lot of, I don't really think this game is gonna be like, it's funny because there are trophies that promote you to replay the game multiple times. You know, obviously speed running the game, trying to get all the collectibles, things like that, you know. So there's a lot of things that encourage you to keep going, but the gameplay, I feel like, does kind of dry out a little bit. This took me about 4 hours, a little more than 4 hours to beat. Obviously the stream is about 4.5 hours long, but I mean, it's like I said, it's their longest project. It definitely is their biggest project to date. The other games are usually around 3 hours or less, so there's definitely a lot of more moving parts, and I could see they're kind of working out some stuff, but in terms of that, I think it was just a little bit too much and it going on at once. But that being said, that's pretty much all I really had a beef with the game. Let's move into the things I did like about it. I say the biggest thing I have to say is obviously the game is absolutely stunning to look at. This art style is truly awesome, and honestly, this game does feel like it's art before anything else. So even if it's just one of those games you just want to throw on a game, you just want to chill, you want no stress, you got this beautiful music, this beautiful scenery, this surrealism meets like oceanic styles, and they kind of merge the two together, mixing like almost like fantasy in the sense of like these guardians with swords and things, but then it turns it into Tony Hawk's Pro Skater or Kelly Slater's Pro Surfer or whoever you want to say. You know, it's like an interesting hybrid of all these different genres, and I think it's a really cool idea to take this unique visual imagery that people usually have from walking sims and turn it into this like almost like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, rejuvenate the world with this oceanic beauty. And it's such an interesting concept to go from start to finish looking at this. And obviously the music is stellar. It sounds really good the whole time. It's super chill. It suits the environment. Obviously the story is kind of backseating, but I don't think in this kind of circumstance the story is really the star of the show, because everyone's silent. There's no dialogue at all. It's all talking. It's all just imagery. That's the thing you have to understand with a game like this. It's all about imagery, and it truly is. It does very well at that, despite the pacing issues. I mean, not the pacing issues, excuse me, but despite the issues with it being kind of repetitive as you go, there still is a lot of replay value for your money here. Obviously, there is the collection. I feel like you could do this in 2 runs if you start the game off getting all the collectibles, not missing anything, trying to get the highest score you possibly can, and then in your second time round, just like going as fast as you can from point A to point B. If you literally just focus on the objectives, I don't really see how it would be all that difficult to get through this game really fast. Just skim to the end. Don't even go for the side stuff. Just if you know where you're supposed to go, boom, boom, get out of here. Just move through it as fast as you possibly can. So, like I said, there is some replay value here for not a bad price tag, $30 US, and you'll get at least, I want to say, if you play through it like one time getting all the collectibles, I think if you took your time and looked for absolutely everything, this run would probably, your first run would probably take you like 6 to 7 hours, maybe, if you know where everything is. Maybe a little bit longer if you're just kind of exploring and not knowing where everything is, which most people probably wouldn't, because I feel like there is a lot of collectibles in each level, so it might actually take you even longer than that, not to mention the new game plus, and obviously the other trophies you have to obtain, the speed run. You might do 3 runs of this game, but again, there's that one thing you got to remember: it does get a little bit repetitive towards the end of it, so you're kind of like, I don't know, man, like by that point, that's a lot of content. You have a lot of game for your money, but at the same time, it starts to get stale at a certain point. So that's just something to keep in mind. So overall, like I said, let's just summarize. Beautiful looking game. Audio visual experience is like stellar. It's a super chill, super like vibey kind of a game that doesn't take itself too seriously. It's just about literally a journey through, but the fact that it throws in these elements of movement that works fairly well, you know, given the mesh of genres here that you see. I think it's pretty impressive that it actually is able to do that and do it quite well, despite the game being a bit repetitious, and obviously it's gonna, you know, you probably will get a little bit bored of it, and there was some performance issues, at least on the PS5 version here. It just brings it down a little bit, so I feel like it's there, but they do give you a good chunk of game for your money. I just think it should be a tad cheaper personally, but obviously for the amount of work that goes into this for such a small studio, I can totally understand why it is where it is, and it is a fair price, honestly, just to throw that out there. So with that all being said, I think a fair score for this game is a 7.5 out of 10. Still really, really solid, way up there. I just didn't really love it, if that makes sense. I liked the journey. I liked looking at it. I liked listening to it. But obviously there was just something that's holding me back a little bit from reaching that greatness. But still a solid game, and obviously a small studio like this, you can tell there's a lot of passion into it. So I feel like this is one of those ones that you should definitely take your chance at. But keep in mind, it isn't for everyone. This type of game definitely isn't for anyone. It's like some people might get bored of this one, and it's just the way it goes. But if you're into this sort of thing, I think you'd really love it. So consider checking it out. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts below, and comment your thoughts balloon. Comment your thoughts below. Be sure to subscribe if you're new. Turn on those post notifications with the bell icon so you don't miss anything I put out here in the channel. Be sure to like, follow my socials: Facebook, X, Instagram, Snapchat, Discord. Those are linked in the description. If you want to get yourself a shirt or hoodie of mine, there's a link in the description. Also, in a better feature below the stream/video, they'll show you a preview of some items you can get. Ultimately, just go to the website for the full range of products and customization options there. Big shout out to the sponsors: DX Racer, Bones Coffee, The Ridge Wallet, Mad Rabbit Tattoo. I use their products daily. Check them out for yourselves with the links in the description. Be sure to use my promo code TANQ8000 to save at checkout. If you guys want to send something to my P.O. box, there is an address for that listed in the description. So if you do want to send something my way, I will unbox that in a social post or a live stream, whatever makes more sense for whatever's sent. All right. Finally, be sure to check out and sign up for the Team 8000 membership program if you haven't done so yet. It does support the page immensely. There's 4 tiers, 4 price points, starting at just 99 cents. The first tier is just such a cheap and easy way to get into the program. But like I said, there's a bunch of different tiers with different things such as custom badges by your name, custom emojis used in chat, exclusive video and stream access, priority and open lobbies, giveaways, discounts, plenty more. We're working our way back up towards 400 members. We ended up getting quite a lot in the last little bit, so I'm really excited. We're getting closer to that 400 mark again. If you guys want to help us get back up there, support the channel in the process while you, of course, get some cool perks. You can join that with the link in the description. There's a join button below the stream, also section on my main channel page as well. If you guys want to gift members or send super chats or super thanks, you can do those through the $ icon that's next to chat. Click it. You'll see those options pop up. If you are gifting members, just keep in mind you can gift 1 to 50 in a single transaction, but ultimately you can give as many as you want through multiple transactions. Okay, thank you guys so much again. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and hopefully we see you in the next one. Okay, we'll see you then. Take care. Peace.
Who's the man with the plan? If you feel trouble wildin' wild on these violent and hit you 8,000. Wait a minute, hold that style is dialed in. Goddamn Billy Jack, we still riding tires flat. I hear them sirens, see shots flying, so we driving fire back. If they ain't vibing, lie with that. Got me dressed up in all black. What up? Hood up, and I see them haters try to run with us. They gon' need inhalers. Gotta breathe them hard just like Darth Vader. Players, grab your respirators. Night invaders get lightsabered. Mask on for the shooters. Move like trash to bed intruder. Got that Glock and got them woofers. Just press play, I'll keep it moving. Who is not still, you damn fools? Keep it fresh like canned food. There ain't nothing we can't do, so tune into that damn cue. Yeah. It was never ever a game.